That time where we kind of boil it down. We give you the 5 best bets of the week for your money. It's a little segment we call Bets on a Budget. Week 3. Here we go.
All right, bet number 1 here. It's going to be the week of big favorites, and we're going to start it off with San Francisco minus 10.5 against New York. Again, really tough spot for New York. You're not going to have Saquon Barkley, who sprained his ankle, so he's out for 3 weeks. You got to go on the road. And granted, short week for both teams, but short week for the Giants, who just played a pretty physical comeback, heroic game, right? You could have an emotional lapse. I mean, San Francisco is so good. Is this like a 3-touchdown type game? I think so.
It's going to be...
I think it has the chance to get ugly quick.
This has blowout potential written all over it.
Yeah, I think 10.5 is honestly kind of low. It's kind of low.
Honestly, the 49ers are going to absolutely dismember the Giants here. I don't see it being close whatsoever, and that offense is not going to be able to keep pace with all the offensive weapons that the 49ers have.
And we talked about this during predictions. Where did the Giants' defense go? They're absolutely terrible. I mean, they're awful. They made Josh Dobbs look like a 100% pay him $50 million a year guy.
Yeah, San Francisco is going to be able to do whatever they want on offense. So
it's bad.
It's going to get out of hand really quick.
They got to figure that out. Wink Martindale is going to be looking for a job if he can't figure out that defense soon. New England minus 3 against the Jets. First of all, this is just a purely bet against Zach Wilson game. I think it's going to be low scoring. I do think it's close. But I think I predict, 10-6? I think that feels about right. So that would give New England minus 3, enough to cover the spread. So I'll take New England minus 3. I just think they're at least a touchdown better when Zach Wilson's playing.
Let's not forget that Bill Belichick just lost a divisional game this last week and was not very happy about it. Now, historically, Bill is great on bouncing back and coming back after a loss like that to another divisional opponent that has just gotten significantly weaker since week 1. I think this is the Patriots game here. I think it's going to be a big coaching victory, but also at the same time, I just don't see the Jets being able to get anything going on offense in the first place. And then on top of that, you have a Bill Belichick coached defense, which is going to be horrendous to play against with a really bad quarterback in Zach Wilson.
Right. All right, one of 2 dogs on the board here. Tennessee plus 3.5 at Cleveland. I do think Cleveland wins, but I think it's by a field goal. I think it's going to be a last possession type game. 22-19, something kind of weird. Wonky type game, really close. I'll take Tennessee to keep it close. Plus, getting the hook with a good coach, I'll take that all day. Right, so I'm getting 3.5 with a really, really good coach. I'll take Tennessee with the points.
Yeah, Tennessee for sure. I love the coach, and I'm not a huge fan of the offense in general, but I think this week it's pretty easy to move the ball.
Ryan Tannehill's not very good. It's going to be fairly low scoring. I think there's going to be a lot of turnovers. I think actually there's going to be a lot of ball movement. I think it's going to be played between the 20s, right? People are going to be able to move the ball. I think there's going to be a lot of turnovers. Keep it low scoring, and in a low scoring game, usually you take the dog, especially if you're getting the hook.
Yeah, 100%.
Kansas City, again, we talked about big favorites. Kansas City's favored by 13 against Chicago. You guys know that I don't like Chicago. I think they're terrible. I don't like their coach. I don't like their quarterback. I don't like their fans. I hate Chicago in general. And so, yes, emotions might be playing into it, hoping that the Chiefs just curb stomp them.
There may or may not be some bias in this pick.
But also, Chicago can't move the football. And this is going to be the best defense that they have played up until this point. They're not going to be able to move the football. They might score, 10 points? No, I'll take Kansas City to score more than 23 points. I think Kansas City puts up 30 and wins by about 20.
Yeah, we mentioned this in predictions. It's going to be an offensive practice for Kansas City here. It's going to be an OTA. It's going to look like a second-string defense out there, and Patrick Mahomes is going to carve him up. And then on the flip side, Justin Fields is not going to be able to move the ball in the slightest. It's going to be really ugly for Chicago. I kind of like that.
I hope he throws 4 picks.
Justin Fields?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hysterical.
And fumbles twice.
It's going to be the self-destruction of the Bears, and it's going to be the revitalization of the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they win big here. Mahomes throws a lot of touchdowns in this game.
Big words, vocab words here today.
Yeah, how about it?
We got some SAT words. Tampa Bay, the only other dog on the board outside of Tennessee. Tampa Bay plus 5.5 versus Philadelphia. That's a lot of points to get at home in a primetime game. Philly's definitely the better team. But Baker Mayfield's a very competent quarterback. They have a good roster, good defense. You saw what they did against Justin Fields and the Bears, which, I don't like them, but they have some talent on offense.
Yeah.
And so what they were able to do, Shaq Barrett with the pick 6, I'll take Tampa Bay and the points. I think Philly wins, but I'll take Tampa to cover the 5.5.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no world in which Tampa comes in and beats Philly. I think that's outlandish, but for sure on the cover.
Well, they are and they're at home too, so that's good. That's good for Tampa Bay.
Yeah. So I mean, I can see them putting up enough points to keep it close, but there's just no way that they win.
Yeah,
I got Philly on that.
All right, let's run back through. We got San Francisco minus 10.5 against the Giants. New England minus 3 against the Jets. Tennessee plus 3.5 at Cleveland. Kansas City minus 13 versus Chicago.
Yeah.
And Tampa Bay plus 5.5 versus Philly.
Good bet slip. Hopefully another good week coming off of a nice win there. 4-1 week in week 2.
I'm feeling 5-0 this week.
Yeah?
Feeling it. I'm going to parlay them all together. I'm going to win some money.
Absolutely. You know what we should start doing? We should start putting, figuring out the odds of a parlay there, kind of toss it into a bet slip, and then figure out how much you'd win just off a $10 bet. Nice little bet on a budget.
We could do that, yeah.
Do
that next time.
Give the people a nice little thing to kind of think about and consider as they make their bets on their favorite app for the week.
Yeah.
But, guys, that's all we have for the second segment.